Hello, everyone. Welcome to the VTM Mysteries, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 Chronicle. I am your host, Jayce Maxwell, and let's meet the players.
Hi, I'm Jenny Numble. I play Echo Kismet.
I'm Sako Tumi, and I play Diane Aziz.
I'm Kat, and I play Rave.
And I'm Sage Gordon-Davis, and I play Nate Thomas.
And time for the titles. It is the very end of the night of December 24th. In fact, it is so late that it is actually Christmas now. And we pick up with our players having just had a conversation with an enigmatic figure speaking through Pan's body. And then a certain little trip up to one of the rooms for a feeding, and a feeding that went slightly awry. And now we have come back to Genevieve's room in the basement of Hawkminster Lodge, where Nate is snapping out of his comatose state. And the scene is on you.
Blink, blink.
Nate, you all right?
Welcome back.
Yeah. Did something happen?
Yeah. See that dead little boy over there?
Oh.
He was talking in a way that little boys don't talk.
Right. That's bizarre.
Now, you did have something that you wanted to address that Echo found out when she was upstairs about the recording.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? Oh.
We all need to rewatch the last episode.
Woohoo noises.
Woohoo noises.
All the woohoo noises were fake. They kept repeating. It was the same woohoo noises as when I checked them or knocked on the door the first time. The exact same. And nobody does the same woohoo every single time. Not exactly. Don't look at me like that.
So the only reason why I would have woohoo noises recorded and playing is so that I won't be bothered.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Or if they're not even in the room.
That makes even less sense.
Unless it's to make people think they're in the room.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. To give themselves an alibi?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Either way, it's fake. That wasn't real woohooing.
Either way, so does that mean we're going to be extra nosy and figure out what this person is actually doing?
Considering we're trying to figure out who's doing all this who's the cause of all this mess? Maybe they're part of the cause.
Hey, stop.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
No, I'm his mom.
So, what are we going to do about this?
I say we break down the door and
Genevieve turns to you and says, I say you don't, and she holds her keys out.
Well, forgot she was
I
here.
say we open the door and we see if there's someone on the other side.
I am going to hang back just in case the woohoo noises are not fake, because woohoo in all its varied forms does not sit well with me. Thank you very much.
I'll go first.
So, by hanging back, are we talking hanging back in Genevieve's room in the basement or just in the hallway upstairs?
No, just in the hallway.
Same. Oh, if you need me.
I'll be right there.
I'll be there, just I'm not going anywhere near the actual potential woohoos.
All right. So as you go upstairs, you reach the top of the stairs, and in the hallway, down the hall, you see that Jenkins is standing outside of one of the doors. One of the soldiers.
What
Right.
should
Diane goes to Jenkins and looks at the door and looks at Jenkins questioningly.
He's like, no, this is the room Genevieve gave us, but we're just doing standard rotations. I'm the only one that's awake right now. What are you guys doing out here?
checking out the fake woohoos?
Wait, what fake? What's a fake woohoo?
Probably what your girlfriend does.
Oh no, you
Sorry,
didn't.
that came out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I honestly didn't mean to say that out loud.
That looks like a. Your idea of this game.
Jenkins just looks at you and goes, "Oh snap, that was low."
That's what she said. Oh.
We're gonna go down
So-
here, check something out.
Do you need backup?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so he gets his gun ready and he follows you to the room.
He's also carrying an assault rifle still yet.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, you are at the door of the room. Which,
Genevieve?
how are you going? Genevieve did not come with you.
Did she
Genevieve
just-
handed you the keys,
Oh, and
which technically gives you 2 key rings right now for all the rooms.
all the rooms. Then I'll open the door.
How are you going to go? Loud, soft?
I'm basically gonna act like I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I don't remember. So like a janitor or a housekeeping or
Housekeeping. Knock knock. Open door.
At like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Housekeeping.
Totally doing that. Yes.
Okay, there is no trouble or resistance as you open the door,
Hmm.
but the scene that greets you when you look inside, totally not what you were expecting, but it is a scene you already saw. Well, a scene that you, Diane, have already seen. You saw it when you first came in, because this was the room you came through. to try and make your escape. And it is the newlywed couple kneeling behind the second bed, hollow. They are not living.
Is there still woohoo sounds going on?
Yes. A phone on the dresser by the TV is on a loop, playing them having sex. Well, not a video, just sounds.
Just sounds. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
But there are things that you didn't notice the first time during the rush through the room. One of them is that there is a book open on the bed.
I look at the book.
It looks like a hymnal. But
Okay.
it has nothing that you have seen before on
What
it.
does it say?
It is the prayer book for Illumina. And let me pull up. Come on. On the cover. Come on. No. Not that button. So many buttons. On the cover is this symbol.
Okay.
Did it show up? Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So that is what is on the cover. It's not something that you've ever seen before.
I crack the cover and open it to a random page.
It starts with English words, and then it flows into some. The letters are Roman, but they're not in an order that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not even sure how to pronounce these things.
Mm-hmm. What does the English say?
On this page, it is just a blessing to cleanse oneself with Illumina's light.
Oh no. I alert the room and express to them that, hey, this is what this book says. At least the English part. I don't know what the rest of it says, but the English part.
And one thing, I don't know if there's like a role for remembering.
There is
What is that role?
intelligence.
Intelligence plus...
Depends on the thing you're trying to remember.
I'd say intelligence plus occult.
Okay.
And I'd say 2 successes.
Two
Maybe just one.
successes.
Just one. It's an easy one.
Two
You saw it tonight.
successes. Oh,
So it's 1 H and however many N.
1 H and however many N. Just flat 4. One H. I have to remember what the thing looks like.
Well, let me open up your sheet since I have.
1 H 4 N. Five successes.
Holy shit!
Nice.
That's like super successes. Okay. Yeah, as soon as you see that symbol on the cover, you're like, this symbol was on the box. Like on all 4 corners of the cover of the box.
Oh.
I wish Auspex was a thing.
It is for some people.
Well, I can sense the unseen. That I don't think that means that I can touch an object and
Nope, that's not the object read. That's later on. That's one of the later powers.
I know.
But do roll one more roll, and it should be come here. It's a basic wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness. Okay.
Just your basic perception check.
That's 1H. 2 successes.
You almost missed it because the phone was so distracting.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath the phone is a sheet of paper. And it looks like a letter.
Reads the letter.
I am going to share this letter. Come on. Get link. Anyone with link. Viewer. Copy.
You got this.
Done. Oh, it's just a matter of all the steps for Google Docs. So there is a new channel in VTM Mysteries, and it's called In-Game Documents.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be up to you whether you want to read it to the others or not.
I will read it out loud.
Okay.
The time has come to reap the rewards of 5 years of planning. The energy and experience of our target have reached the desired levels. Rudolph Garland is the perfect headhunter for the new batch of Enlightened. He has become an expert in his field as a talent scout, and his experience will lead him to the best hosts for the other 8 hosts. Your task is to make sure he has one of our special growth spheres, and then to perform the ritual of unleashing to activate it. That was complete Greek to me. At this point, the light from the sphere will flow into Mr. Garland and fill him with the power and knowledge of Illumina, and he will become enlightened. His physical form will become a hollow shell, which he can enter and exit at will. So they're not dead. They're... Hold on. His light form will be incomplete, however. It needs to become one with the life force of many other people. He will reach out to them, embrace them, and make them one with him. They will live on within him as their bodies become more hollow shells, which he may also choose to pilot. Once he has become one with enough people, lost my place. Hold on. Yeah, he must choose one of the shells as a permanent vessel and merge with it. Then he may go forth and locate other hosts. Yes, please open. Oh, okay. When you are ready, turn to the prayer of calling on page 72 of your prayer book. And she goes to the book and turns to page 72 real fast.
It is a prayer of calling. Well, it says prayer of calling in English.
This will tell him you are ready for your judgment. Closes the book. He will come to you and gaze upon you with the enlightened eyes of Illumina herself. If you are worthy, he will bestow one of the spheres upon you. If you are less worthy, he will embrace you into himself, and you will live on within his glory. So that was a thing.
So that was a thing.
So quick question. How long have they been hollow?
Does
Have they
it matter?
Well, when was the last time you saw them alive?
When I asked them to come down,
Mm-hmm. And they did come down, so they were there. So they have done the ritual of calling in the time in between when everyone went back upstairs
right?
and now. And Jenkins is like, wait, this means these people are the ones who are responsible for the deaths and the shit that's going on?
If
Yep.
they're considered dead. If I'm reading that letter right, they're just hosts. Right now they're vacant, but they're still alive.
Kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers type thing.
Let Rave,
Rave.
wants to
I was
speak.
going to say
Rave
Rave.
using
So if they've done this just now, then how did the bulb crack and affect the dad of the small boy and make him hollow?
Rudolph Garland.
Okay. I have the name written down. Okay.
So what you get from this was he was the target all along.
Rude.
Rude. So the Garland dude is our Santa that we're looking for then? Is that what I'm getting?
Possibly. What the letter said is that whatever he has become can inhabit any of the shells. So whatever left, it was one of the bodies in the hotel or in the lodge. You know who was piloting the body, but you don't know which body it was.
right.
Might Nate try to glean anything from the prayer book thing?
By all means, what do you want to do?
Well, first I'd like to know if I can actually decipher this strange language.
So you look at it. Are you just opening to a random page?
Yeah, just random page.
So with your linguistics, it's actually, you do notice that it is the same language or whatever it is that was inside the ornament.
Mm-hmm.
But just like when you looked at it inside the ornament, it kind of makes your head hurt to look at it.
Closes the book.
I was going to say if you wanted to make a roll.
Opens the book.
Opens the book.
I'm actually going to do a triple one. Intelligence plus academics plus languages.
Okay.
And you'll need 3 successes.
Hang on. Sorry, I have to math. When you say languages, do you mean linguistics?
Yeah, however many dots you have in that, add that many dice.
Okay.
Yes.
There's something.
7 successes.
Wow.
You are pretty damn certain that if given enough time with this book, and I'm talking like weeks, you could probably decipher this language.
Without
Okay, but
summoning whatever this.
Well, it is a prayer book, so
one would imagine that one would have to speak the
Words aloud.
words aloud for them to be activated.
no, not the dreaded math.
So we do not have weeks.
Nope.
But the book doesn't have an owner anymore.
So I'm just going to pocket this book.
It's your pocketbook.
Slip it in your pocket.
It is now my pocketbook.
We see nothing.
Well, the
book,
only
what
one
book?
outside of your group here is Jenkins, and he sees it and doesn't even remotely put up a fuss about that. He's like,
Mhm.
take it.
The less I have to do with this, the better.
You don't want to deal with crazy.
No. Okay, so that was a not entirely fruitless endeavor, but not really particularly helpful.
Hmm.
And at this point, all of you are starting to feel dawn approaching.
We need a nap.
Well, it is
Yeah.
a hotel, so I suspect these are blackout curtains.
Well, you have beds set up in Genevieve's room,
We do.
and it's Genevieve's safe haven.
Okay, fine.
But before you go to bed for the day, anyone who wants to roll, it is we'll do the intelligence plus investigation. And it's a memory check. And 2 successes will get you that memory.
Oh, I didn't think I can manage that.
Ooh, wow. Okay. So yeah, 3 of you are getting that memory. You read. Oh, all of you are getting that memory.
Woohoo!
The letter that you just read said 8 more spheres, 8 more hosts,
Mm-hmm.
and you remember that there are 8 more spheres in the box.
Yep.
Whoopsie doodles.
So the 2 and 2 means that he is going to use those spheres to find more people to infect. And here's the thing. Was it just him? He's the only one who left that you saw leaving. Was it just him that did all this damage and killed everyone in the lodge? Or did he unleash more?
Dun dun dun.
Well, Diane hid the balls.
I
The
did.
box. I meant the box. I love you,
I'm
Sage.
12.
I know. It's okay.
I remember where
That was funny.
where she put them, and it wasn't really super hidden. It was not where guests can go.
So
But it was just on one of the shelves in the storage room in the basement.
Hmm.
It wasn't hidden. It was just set on the shelf.
But it's in a locked room.
Do we need to go check?
Hmm.
Because we need to keep those close so nobody can get their hands on them.
I had left it in her office as that's the most secure room in the hotel. So I advise that we go and look for it before we crash out for the day.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Look at that. The balls are missing.
No box.
It's Genevieve.
Well, the storage room is right outside of Genevieve's room, and when you go in there, she's still in there.
Hey, Genevieve, was there anyone in this room?
It's just me and Pan in here.
Because the box is missing.
Excuse me?
The box is missing.
I heard you. How is it missing?
I was going to ask you that.
What are you implying?
I am implying that you were in the room.
What would I do with that box? I don't want to go near it anymore.
Right. But who has it?
I don't remember hearing anyone coming down here.
Well, it's missing.
Shit. What did you find up there?
Nate has a book that prepares people to be hosts for some kind of entity.
I don't want to be near this shit. I run this lodge out here in the middle of nowhere, away from everybody and everything, so I don't have to be near anything not human.
Good luck
Well,
with
that's
that.
probably the reason why they chose this place.
This is why I hate everything of our kind.
And what's to say that this is our kind?
I don't know. She plops onto her bed and pulls the covers up, and she's like, I'm done. And you all feel as if you're about to be done too. Because dawn is rapidly approaching.
Yeah, we can't exactly do anything when it's daylight.
Okay, well, if you ladies will excuse me, I'm going to pass out.
All right. Is everyone crashing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Now, let's see if I can do this. Echo.
It is.
Let me get to the right page. You open your eyes. You are in a room you don't recognize. None of the others are there. It's like a bedroom. It is a bedroom, but there are 3 beds in it, and it's all like shoddy. Like everything is just, it's run down. It's in decent repair, but it's old and worn. And it looks like people are living there, but there is no personality to the room at all. Like they're just passing through.
So just kind of like a flop house type thing.
And you notice something else.
What?
Through the window, something you haven't seen in years is daylight.
And I'm not tired? Or lethargic?
There is a strange vibe about the room, like it's not really... Well, you feel this strange vibe as if you're not really there. It's something that you have... It's another thing that you haven't experienced in years.
Like it's a dream?
You seem to remember, yep. It feels like a dream. You've almost forgotten what it feels like. But it's lucid.
I'm sorry. Sage put in decent repair sexy builders. Are you trying to pay me back for earlier? That's all I saw.
You hear yelling outside the door, like an argument.
Okay, so I creep up. Can I trigger my heightened senses so I can hear better?
No.
What? Oh, I'm in a dream.
Nothing works. You try, and it doesn't activate.
All right, so I sneak up to the door and put my ear to it. Can I hear them that way?
Oh, you don't need to.
Oh, okay.
It's just shouting back and forth, and you actually recognize one of the voices. It's Pan.
Okay.
And he is really heated, and he's yelling at someone else, and the other person just sounds defensive.
Okay. Can I understand what they're saying? I know I can hear them, but can I understand them?
You can hear, "You said no one was going to be hurt if I did what you said." It's like, "Look, kid, I told you the 4 Kindred you teamed up with wouldn't be hurt. Everyone else was already going to die." Do you want to...
I want to open the door.
All right. Pan, well, through the door, the room you see, it's also generic. It's clean and it's painted white, but there are just barely touches of decoration in there. It's almost clinical. And it looks like, a common room for just like a basic living space for people to pass through.
Okay.
Pan yells, "Those soldiers are only there because I called them." And the man that he is yelling at, olive-skinned, kind of muscular, big bushy black beard, long curly black hair, and his clothes are like flowy, like linen, like an old sailor and I mean old sailor, like
Okay.
millennia's old. Millennia, not us. I can language. And he yells back, "No, Pan, they were already part of it. You only pulled them in sooner." Pan just yells, "Liar!" And he storms out another door. And then the sailor looks at you.
What the hell's going on?
And he just looks puzzled. He's like, "Oh, this is unexpected.
You and me both.
I didn't think any of your group would show up here, especially not this early. This is not expected."
Well, now that I'm here, can you explain why I'm here and what's going on?
We're in Pan's head.
Oh, great. So you are Apollo?
Yes. Yeah, this is this is what he does. Well, not every night, but most nights, his power that he was born with is to just reach out randomly throughout the world and connect minds with people. And apparently tonight is your night.
Great. Why?
Don't know. We never found out why he chose who he chose, why his brain picked them out. It's just he's like a sponge for psychic waves.
Okay.
That's why he's important. That's why we picked him. It's the only way we could reach, that we can affect things, because he doesn't just pick things up over space. He picks them up over time.
Okay.
And he just looks at the door that Pan went through and just lets out a big sigh.
So, I suppose I should follow him and see why he pulled me in here.
I wouldn't. He's upset right now. Poor.
Well, I'm a little upset. I'm here without the choice to be here, and I don't know why.
Oh, don't worry about it. You'll just, when morning comes, you'll be back in your body, and, well, you probably will not forget it as a dream. Most people, almost everybody, it just fades from them. They think it was just a regular dream.
So, in the meantime, hang out with you?
He looks at the door and is like, how old do you think he is?
Pan?
Mm-hmm.
Looks real young, but apparently not. He acts older than most of us.
He's not. He looks 11. He got turned a year ago. So he has the mind of a 12-year-old.
Okay.
But this poor kid. I've seen the way his life was going to turn out before we took him. He was going to get older, and this whole power that he has was going to dull. He wasn't going to get any, his life wasn't going to get easier. He was going to struggle. But he was going to get old.
So you turned him to use him.
We had to.
And why are you in here?
I don't walk in the real world anymore. This is the only place I can inhabit besides the inside of my own brain.
Okay.
Pan is a universal receiver.
Ah, okay.
But we had to turn him so he wouldn't lose that power. But there is a downside. And this is why it hurts to look at him every night. It's that the people he contacts, they move on. They forget him. He never forgets them. They stay here. And every night, someone new moves in. As he was going to age, that was going to fade. But now that he is one of us, it won't. He's just going to keep accumulating other personalities inside his head. And he hears them while he's awake.
So he's going to hear me when he wakes up?
A reflection of you, an echo of you will be in his head.
Funny. Funny.
And yeah, you will. That echo of you will speak to him on occasion when it can get a word in edgewise. But it's sort of, well, Malkavian blessing. His is to, as he accumulates more, he's going to. I mean, I've seen it happen. He loses touch with reality eventually. But
So you think this was better for him than what you were going to do, rather than letting him live his life out?
for him,
Letting him slowly go insane?
no, that's not. I am not going to pretend. I'm not going to bullshit. It was his best interests were never part of the bargain.
Free Papa Malkavian. I gotta stop reading her stuff. Okay, so, all right. And you know what's going on in our part of the world
Yes.
right now. Is there anything you can tell me that is going to help us?
I wish I could. Well,
You can't or you won't.
I have. And every time I have, it's turned out badly. How do I put this? I am not one of the clans you know. Now I read it.
I know. I saw it pop up. I'm like, I love you so much, Sage.
I don't use the clan name that people of my clan usually use because it just causes fights. But I use the term Eloy
Mm-hmm.
because it is a safer one. My clan members tend to call themselves the true Bruja.
Bruja.
We are not anything like the Bruja that you know. But that is for a different time.
Okay.
I am
Oh,
old. Older than you would ever imagine. I don't know where my body is. I'm in it, but I am in such a deep torpor that all I can do is wander psychically.
okay.
But my power is to live through the futures. And I have lived through millions of futures.
I feel like I should ask something and I completely missed it. What is this Doctor Strange bullshit? Sage. I don't know what else to say. Huh. Because you can't help. So I can't exactly ask you questions because there's no way to. Because you wouldn't tell me how to get out of the bubble. You wouldn't tell me who's being hidden. Oh, I lost him. Hey, we lost him.
The internet probably cut off.
Yeah, I was talking to myself apparently.
He'll be back. Not for long. Not for
I
long.
thought maybe he was waiting for me to say something, and I was like, just start babbling. I don't know what to say.
But it's our stream now.
Yay! I feel so alone.
Eva! Hey!
It's Eva.
I hate my internet.
It's okay. I just kind of kept talking, and I didn't realize that you were gone.
Why
I
is
thought
it
you were
when
just-
things are important, my internet says, fuck you?
I
Okay.
just thought you were being quiet for a reason, like I was supposed to ask something, and I'm like, I don't know what else I'm going to ask because you're not going to answer me anyway. And then you didn't. I look up and you're gone. I'm like,
What
oh.
was the last thing you heard? Because I need to know where I left off.
Eloy, True Bruja. I think that's the whole Doctor Strange bullshit. Like Sage says. You can't help me because you've traveled through millions of different lifetimes. So
Okay, so you did hear living through all the futures. Okay.
yeah. So if you can't help me, there's no point in asking you to help any questions anymore about what's going on because you can't tell me who has the balls. The box. God, why do I keep saying the box with the balls in it? I don't know what else to ask.
It's all right. He just sighs and sits back on the chair that doesn't even look remotely comfortable.
Snort.
It's like, this place, this is where he was living. This is kind of a halfway house.
Okay.
He doesn't really have parents. It's,
The last real home that he remembers.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's no real home.
So, do you know why he's in a permanent sleep state? Or has been?
He isn't. He went up with you to feed.
Well, oh, that's right. Never mind. Never mind. I forgot about that. That he woke up from that.
No. Apollo says, no, and I feel really bad for taking him over like that, but I had to talk to you guys. And that's just, it takes a lot of energy to do that, and like you saw, it really is not good for him. So
Right.
I can't really do that often.
So is there anything you want to tell me before I end up going back since we're in here? And that way you don't have to invade him again?
Right now, God, I'm trying to remember.
Did I ask a hard question?
GM me is trying to remember what he told you. Just remember all the stuff that I said before.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, dude.
No, he just looks at you and he's just like, I want to tell you everything. I really do. This is it is so hard for me not to spill everything I know. But I've seen what happens if I do.
So no, not even a little hint.
Well, like I said to you before, this mission that you're on right now was never supposed to be your mission. I put things in motion through Pan to get you on this mission. What comes of this whole thing, someone else was going to get it. This path ends in power. It was someone else's power.
Now, see, that I can understand. Power.
And I selected you four to take this path because that's the best way to get through this, is with the four of you getting this power. And like I said to you, I understand. I know you better than you know yourself. And you're going to see this power, and you're going to want it. But like I said, you need to share it with the others.
Okay. Not exactly my strong point when it comes to power, but
Think of them as part of you.
I remember that conversation. Treat them as a part of me. Okay.
And you see the light outside the window.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting brighter and brighter. You do notice outside, it's a neighborhood that is just as run down as... It's like the suburbs outside a major city, but not the good suburbs.
Okay.
But yeah, it's getting brighter and brighter, and you see the walls just dimming, just fading away into whiteness.
Okay.
And then evening hits. And you start waking up for real.
Okay.
At this point, everyone needs to roll 1H to see if they get hungrier.
Oh, typed that wrong.
Let's see. So, Rave succeeded. Echo succeeded. Actually, all four of you succeeded. I am going to roll. So none of you get hungrier tonight. So you
Yay.
are all at 1 hunger. Just the basic hunger. And I'm going to roll. This one is Pan. Pan does not get hungrier.
Yay.
And this one is for Genevieve.
She failed.
Genevieve gets hungrier.
Go figure she'd be the one.
But luckily tonight, she is the only one who gets hungrier. All right. So you are all waking up in Genevieve's area.
Oh, great. Now I gotta explain to them what happened to me. Is everyone awake? Got a story. It's story time.
Can you be a little quieter with your story, please?
I'm sorry.
Was that Sage or Nate?
Yeah.
That's Nate.
Oh, okay. I thought for a second, wait, I'm not yelling, but okay. All right. So when we all went to sleep yesterday morning, I sort of got sucked into little man's head over there. And I had a conversation with Apollo. And found out the child is a child. He's only about 12. And apparently they changed him to save him, to use him for his powers. Our mission was not supposed to be this mission. And apparently the soldiers weren't supposed to be here until later. At least that's what they were saying when they were arguing. I didn't exactly talk to Pan, I talked to Apollo. So, but of course, he's not very helpful either, because apparently he's seen all the outcomes and told us about the outcomes before. At least that's what I got the gist of, and it's always ended differently. So, he wasn't much help. Questions, comments?
So after we all talked to Apollo, you talked to him some more in some kind of astral projection, lucid dreaming wackiness.
Apparently, according to Apollo, I was in Pan's head. He draws people in every night and can hear them after at some point. Well, kind of like a residual voices of that person later, afterwards, after they leave. So, yeah, I was face to face with Apollo.
So, does that help us in any way?
Apparently not.
Reveal anything further?
He wouldn't reveal anything further, other than from what I gleaned of their yelling at each other that the soldiers weren't supposed to be here until later. Nobody was supposed to get hurt. That kind of thing.
Speaking of the soldiers,
Yes.
there is a knock on Genevieve's door, and she opens it, and it's Roth. He's like, "Is it all right if I come in?"
Diane is making her bed and says, she shrugs.
He comes in and he sees the military precision of Diane's bed making, and just nods. He approves. He appreciates.
So what's up, Buttercup?
So, and he's looking at Diane, but he's addressing everyone. You told me that minivan was important and that it was tearing off. I had a tracker on me, and I put that under the bumper. Unfortunately, the receiver is in our van, which is outside this obelisk thing. So we can't get it until we get out. But we do have a way to follow them.
Cool.
And he looks at Diane. He's like, "Can we talk for a second? Privately?"
Yeah. Sure.
And he steps out of the room and just over, I guess, near the obelisk.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls out a set of keys. No, this is not an uwu. That discussion we had earlier, about you finding our bodies, we're not getting out of this, are we?
Not likely.
He hands you the keys to the van. He says, find this fucker. Take him down for us. Get vengeance for us.
Huh. Well, you're not dead yet.
Yeah, but I'm just... James told me you found 2 more bodies. 2 more hollowed out bodies, which means this shit ain't over. This
No,
shit's
it's
still loose.
It's just starting. And the box took a hike.
Fuck. This just gets worse. I was on first, well, I was first to wake up this morning, so it was my watch, and I came down, got the lay of the land with the people. I guess we should go back in the room and tell this to everybody.
Sure.
So you go back into into Genevieve's room.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I've found out from today. The people who were supposed to go on ski trips today have all been up in arms and just pissed off and wanting Genevieve. And he looks at Genevieve. Apparently Sven's not come down to do his job. Genevieve's like, oh, fuck. Can I have my keys back?
Gives the keys back.
It's like, what else has happened? And he says, yeah, that racist couple that was... hate them. They haven't shown up all day. They haven't shown up to any meal. No one misses them. They hope they've left. But who knows? But also that that woman and her son also haven't shown up. Well, no, she came down during breakfast service and grabbed some food and took it back up to her room. But no one has seen her and the boy since. So, but everyone else is accounted for, and most of them are in the common areas right now.
So we should check on them. Maybe?
Dare we? Does it matter what we do?
I mean, the
No,
people that are
drink it
going to die anyway, so...
Yes,
Hey.
right.
Doesn't Sven have the dog? So has anybody heard the dog? Would you know if...
Genevieve's like, do you want to come with me to check?
Rave will go with Genevieve.
All right.
And then we know what happened to Sven as well.
But Sven is a side concern.
Secondary concern.
I prefer to care about the dog.
He feeds the dog. He's somewhat important.
As you're going up, or as you're going past the rooms, you do hear whimpering coming from the last room. And you also hear crying coming from the room right before it, which is the wife, which is Nancy and Cameron's room.
Suggest first checking the crying.
Okay.
You sound like you're not sure if you want to say that.
I'm not sure I want to know what happened.
So Nancy in Cameron's room first.
Yeah.
Genevieve opens the door, and Nancy is sitting on the bed holding Cameron, and he is crying. And Genevieve's like, "Are you okay? What's going on? Is everything all right?" Well, no, not everything. Nothing's all right, but what's happening now? And Nancy says, I told him about his dad. He's been wondering where his dad was, and I had to tell him. So yeah, we've been up here all day. But Cameron looks at you, Rave, and he says, the doggy was crying all day. He's sad about Daddy too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on the doggy. Don't worry.
Okay, make sure the doggy's okay.
Okay.
So you and Genevieve respectfully back out and close the door, and you go to Sven's room. It looks like a war zone. Shit went down in this place. Things are broken. Things are strewn about. Sven is a shell. And Hans, the dog, is in the corner, and he's growling at you, and his muzzle looks like it's been dipped in acid, basically.
Oh.
I want to fight someone now.
And you've never seen any wounds like this. I mean, I'm saying it looks like it was dipped in acid, but that's something that, that's not in this place as far as you know.
Yeah. I need to double check what I can do with.
Yeah, I'm opening it as well.
What can I do with whispers again?
Where is it? So it would be, you've got feral whispers. The feral whispers of a good friend. Oh, sorry.
Not Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh whispers?
That's interesting. Not sure that's going to be useful.
So simple communication requires no dice pool. It costs 1 rouse check per type of animal chosen for the scene. So you would roll 1 H to activate the power. But it's not a pass or fail for using the power. What a rouse check does is it just tells you if you get hungrier when you activate the power, but you activate it successfully regardless.
Okay. So.
Ooh.
For a rouse check, a bestial failure means nothing. It's just a failure. So you do get hungrier, so you're at 2 hunger, but now you can talk to you can communicate with the dog.
Okay. So I'm gonna it'd be like talking to a person. Assuming.
What was-
It'd be like talking to a person, right?
It's not quite like talking to a person.
This is Kat trying to learn how to play the game. So I'm going to try and talk to Hans or communicate with Hans to see
What do you want to say?
what happened to Hans and what happened to the group.
The snake that's as bright as the sun came into the room. It came through the air, through the wall where the air comes through.
Through the wall where the air comes through?
He looks up at the
Through the
side
air
of
vent.
the, yes. He's like pointing at it with his jacked up muzzle. I tried to stop it, but it hurt me when I bit it.
So it burned. Okay.
And it ate him. It ate my friend. I want it dead.
Same, buddy.
So here is the knowledge that you have as a gangrel. You do know that your vitae can start the dog healing. It would also start the famulus bond if you wanted to go that route.
Yes. I would. Dogs are helpful. And dogs
So the way it works is it must be fed
over
your
3 nights?
vitae over 3 nights. So just one hunger's worth over 3 nights. Let's see. I'm just checking to see whether it's a rouse check or just a straight hunger ad. Oh, it's just your rouse check, so you have to roll to find out if you get hungrier. You might not get hungrier.
Okay. So would it be 2 because I got 2 hungry now?
No, rouse check is just a 1H. It's the same same thing you just rolled. Okay, you did not get hungrier this time. You get closer, and actually, you can describe this scene. The scene of you feeding, you approaching the dog and feeding it your vitae.
I'm not even sure how to describe that. So
You could do it.
so Rave approaches Hans and I should have a hunting knife on my person. So would I be able to use that to
The best way to draw your own blood as a kindred is with your fangs, because you can lick the closed.
Cat needs this information. Sorry. So, Rave approaches carefully, while biting into her wrist and offering her her wrist with blood on it, right, to Hans, and saying, "If you lick the wound clean, it will help heal you, and it'll start to form a possible bond between us, so that we can um, communicate better and um, be able to. I'd be able to sense him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would he be able to sense me? I don't know.
At least when it's fully done, probably, yeah.
Explain all of this so that to heal, and then once I'm healed, or he's
And he starts lapping at it with, you can see once his tongue comes out, it's only half there.
oh, I'm not
Um,
okay with this.
but as he's licking, you can actually see the healing. You can see things starting to reform. His tongue is coming back. His face is coming back. It doesn't come all the way back, but you know that it will, within the next couple of doses, he will be completely healed. And he also starts lapping faster and faster, because it is amazing. It's the same reaction that humans have when they drink vampire blood, is that it gives that euphoric sense, and it tastes amazing. And so Hans is definitely not stopping.
So Rave is gonna stop him.
Yeah, when you actually pull your arm away, he doesn't like fight you or anything.
Like,
He accepts that it's done.
and then
And then
yeah, you almost broke me. Okay. And then so we'll just take Hans with us because he can't stay in the room.
Hans will be more than happy to follow you.
If there's anything like his food wise in there that I need to grab, I grab that. And then we'll go back to the basement and let everybody know what happened.
And Genevieve's with you right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
And she is like, yeah, if you want to bond him, yeah, he has nobody now, so I would prefer him going with you than being alone.
Excellent.
All right. So are you going back downstairs?
Oh yeah, that's right. The one couple hasn't been seen yet either.
And what is everybody else doing while this happens?
I think we're still down in the basement.
Do you want to just sit around there or go up and mingle, or?
Gonna go to the main room and see who's present.
Yeah, I'll follow along.
Okay. So you're up there and you see a lot of the same faces.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Welcome Christmas, davu davu. Yeah, they're all like they're subdued but more festive than you think they would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is Christmas, and they are sad about, Rudy and kind of understanding why Nancy wouldn't come down. You don't see the racist couple, but as far as you can tell, most of them are still here.
Yeah.
Okay, Nate is going to be checking out the book, which is fine. Did I say Sage or Nate?
You said Nate.
You said Nate.
Okay. Then I said the word that I actually wanted to say this time. Yeah, so the only ones that it's just that couple.
I'm wondering if I should go up and help check on that couple.
At this point, Genevieve and Rave are coming into the room as well. Are coming into the great room with Hans. It was a little worse for wear, but and the dog is following Rave.
Rave,
Like-
what did you do to this dog?
Well, I started to heal him because the light thing came through to Sven's room and, well, hollowed out Sven, and Hans tried to attack it, and it burned him.
I'm sorry, what light? A light?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's the light thing that we saw, or what's been
So-
doing.
So someone used one of the balls.
Possibly.
We're down to. Was there 8 or 7?
There was 8, now there's 7.
So we're down to 7. Great. What about the others that are up there?
Nancy and Cameron are. Cameron's crying, he now knows. Did not go check on Meredith and Owen.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be fine.
You want to go up and check on the racist couple?
Because fuck them. Not really, but I suppose we should.
Just in case they might have gotten by the light thing too while they were.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Sure. If you really want to, we can go check on them.
So you
I mean, go ahead.
So you go into their room, and Genevieve lets you in because fuck them, and she doesn't care about their privacy. And they are still lying on their beds, but hollow.
So that's 3.
So now there's 5 balls.
Are you sure about that?
There's only 4.
Wait, there's
'Cause
4.
we had. Yeah, because we.
No, are you
Sven-
sure that more balls have been used?
Oh,
Well, if they're hollowed out and the balls are what?
or was it the same? Oh,
Could it have been the same one?
could have.
I don't know. I'm questioning my sanity now.
I mean, the letter to the newlyweds is up for you to read at any point.
Yeah.
You do see that Meredith's neck is tore up.
And apparently balls is my word of the day anyway. So hey.
So
Hey.
if this
there
thing
was-
came, if this thing came in here, and well, I mean, when it came in here, Echo, you know that she was easy picking. She wasn't waking up. She probably didn't even know she was being hollowed out.
That's good. Not that a little pain wouldn't have fixed her issue, but
Um,
okay, so leave the room because there's no point in being in here with them unless there's something in the room. Have we looked around?
just their Bible stuff and
Great religious racist.
yeah. You look through. She's got like a clipbook there of, like a photo album, and you look through that, and everyone she knows is white.
Oh, big surprise!
But
All right, nothing here that matters.
so it is up to you as a group to decide if you're going to, what you're going to do, if you're going to do anything else.
I mean, for today, or
Yeah.
Diane, Nate, is there anything else you guys want to do today? Rave?
I'm cool just going through this book.
Okay.
Diane might try to leave because she doesn't know why she is there at this point.
All right. Are you going up to the obelisk outside?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is still solid.
Solid like a rock. Oh, sorry.
I grumble.
I grumble too. Getting kind of tired of being here.
Things seem in the lodge actually pretty tranquil right now.
Where are the soldiers the whole time we're doing this?
Yeah.
Well, Roth has been floating around, and after you came out of the Sven's room, Roth went into the soldiers' room, and the general came, or not the general. You know what I'm talking about, the main guy.
Jenkins?
No, Jenkins was the other one.
Bradford?
I have so many notes everywhere.
Bradford?
Bradford, yes.
Bradford. Thank you.
There's Jenkins, Roth, and Bradford.
Bradford came out. So apparently it was the changing of the shift.
Changing of the guard. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
But when Bradford walks out, he just looks and shakes his head and just shrugs his shoulders. Like, don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Same shit, different day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we're not going to do anything today yet.
So are you just going to try and chill for the day? Because none of you are actually hungry.
Yeah.
Diane might corner Rave and try and get more information about the light whatchamahoosit.
Oh, that I got from Hans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can still talk to him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can still talk to him.
Oh wait, and you are actually hungrier, Rave.
Yeah, I have 2 hungry.
Careful.
Unfortunately, the only animal here is Hans.
And it's not going to be him.
But I will say it's the same scene, so you don't have to roll again. if you want to include him in the questioning, but definitely not question him in the great room with all the people.
Yeah. That'd be. I'd get some funny looks for that one.
What, Lassie? Timmy's in the well?
Oh my!
Just leave him there. It's better off.
Darwin kept trying. Lassie was the most un-Darwinist.
I know, right?
Alright.
Timmy was supposed to die many times over. Anyway, okay, so you're like back downstairs, I guess?
Then,
Like in the basement again?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so what? Take it from here.
So, what is this light that you were describing? Is it something tangible? Is it something that we can capture?
So
I really.
Rave translates it.
Yeah, I translate that to Hans.
So Hans, in his dog fashion, is like, it was like a snake, but it was like the sun. It was so bright.
He keeps calling it a snake, but the brightness was of the sun.
Where did it come from? Where did it go?
Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I know.
Yeah.
I was avoiding that.
You can't start that and not finish it.
Well, up in the room, he said it came out of the wall where the air came through. So I was thinking the air vent. But Hans, where did it, when it hollowed out Sven, where did it go?
It went back in the air hole.
Air hole.
I tell Diane that it went back through the air ducts.
Oh, then we need to examine the air ducts. Because if there is a possibility that we can capture it and prevent it from killing more people, then all the better.
Should we start by looking at the air vent in Sven's room? Because we know that's where it was, and see if it left anything, like burned the air vent or somehow.
Hans says, no capture. Hurts. Kills. No capture.
I relate the exact wording that Hans just used to Diane.
I get it. We need to know what it is before we know how to kill it.
So how do you want to go about the vent thing?
How big are the vents?
Yeah.
These are not movie vents.
Okay.
These are actual ductwork that are in real buildings.
Well, depends on the building.
Jenny's got it right there. That's the size of the holes.
So this light has to be tiny.
Or that size.
Yeah. Or change its size.
The vents, when you look at the vents, they have covers on them, like slatted covers.
Right. Take off the cover.
Which room are you gonna go into?
Sven's.
So one thing you notice, it's undisturbed. Like it hasn't been broken off or anything.
I still take off the cover.
Yeah, you can still take off the cover. I'm just saying you notice that this thing did not break it off.
Right, but if it was a spirit of some kind, then...
Why does it have to come through the vent?
Because it doesn't want to be detected.
Access to the hotel.
Yeah, can travel unseen. Darn, if only Genevieve didn't take care of, all the animals, all the rats.
Genevieve's like, excuse me for running a clean hotel. So it's just clean, slightly dusty. Well, no, actually, there is no dust in the ductwork. There is a little bit of a slime, but it goes off past where you can see or reach. It's, like most ductwork, it is twisty and bendy. But yes, there is a little trace of slime in there.
Genevieve mentioned that there were rats in the building. And you are able to talk to animals, it seems. Can you talk to rats too?
But there are none in the building. She keeps it so clean, there's none. The only animal in the building is Sven. I mean, not Sven, Hans. Names, I'm terrible. Otherwise, I would think the rat, but... Only there was a...
And while you're talking, Hans is licking Sven's husk on the face.
Oh. Or what? Don't do that.
Slimer, no sliming. Where was I? Nate is not actually aware of anything going on outside of Genevieve's bedroom. Which sounds funny, but... But Nate is studying.
Nate is studying.
Reading all the things.
Oh, speaking of which, make an intelligence and plus languages roll. And just record the number of successes you get. Because basically, you get one of those a day. And when you've accumulated 50 of them, you will have the book, the language translated.
Okay, got it. Just checking things.
Okay, so you only need 45 more successes.
I think I can do that.
Oh, chat disconnected?
Oh?
Oh no, that was never mind. That was when I disconnected a while ago. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh that. Okay. So the night is slipping by. For some of you, it seems to be going by super fast, and for some of you, it's dragging. Because things are not happening, and yet there's nothing you can do right now that you know of. You feel like it feels like hurry up and wait, basically.
My people watching is no fun. I'm gonna go back down to the basement. Maybe.
And then just the hours tick by, and the people just fade back up to their rooms bit by bit. And there's no screaming. There's no attacks that you can hear. It's just peaceful. And the group of you now has the hotel to yourselves.
Now, is this the day that we saw the thing go off? Or is that the next day?
No, this is the day that. So technically, at this point, on the 25th, you are landing. This is when you're all at the club on the night you met.
Okay.
Which also nothing was really happening.
How ironic.
Hey, I made a friend. Pixie Trixie, remember? I even got her name and number.
I should have written that down.
I wrote it down. Pixie Trixie. I got it written down. I made a friend.
So the question is, do you want to? Is there any other thing you want to do with the duct work, or is there any other lead you want to follow, or are you just going to let the night just slip by? Because you know that early evening tomorrow is when all hell breaks loose.
I'm going to search the rooms. I'll get the keys from Genevieve, and I'm going to search the rooms for the box.
All right. So the rooms where all the people are sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll do 3 and out.
Okay.
So let's see what you will need. You will want dexterity and stealth to not wake people up.
Yeah. Five successes.
Okay, so the first hallway, you've managed to go into most of the rooms and just lots of people sleeping. Okay.
So no
next
box.
one. No box that you found.
Okay. I assume I'm going to be making this a couple of times over.
Yep, roll it again.
One success on the second.
So you go in, when you go into one of the rooms, there's like 4 of you recognize the Mormon boys in there,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not sleeping very heavily. At least one of them's not.
Okay.
And he turns and kind of wakes up and is startled to see you.
Housekeeping.
It's the middle of the night. Go away.
Okay.
He sighs, and once you leave the room, he just conks right back out.
Okay.
Probably in the morning, he's gonna chalk that up as a weird dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then one more for the last section.
2 successes.
Okay, and the last inhabited rooms you go through, you manage to for the most part, not wake anybody up. There is one point where they start to move, but they are just rolling over. But no one actually wakes up. But once again, there's none of these people have the box.
Okay. I go out to the van now that I have the keys from
The van,
Rob.
he told you, is outside the obelisk perimeter.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That is for after you get out.
Yes.
So, do you have any other ideas you want to try, or do you want to call it?
My brain is fried, so let's call it for now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yep.
So, morning comes. You all rest in Genevieve's room. When you wake up, make one more hunger check. And I will make one for Pan. So this is just 1H.
Ooh, I failed.
I don't know if I did or not. Oh, nope, I succeeded.
Nate failed. Wait. Oh. Let's see. Who's the success there?
I am.
I have a
Okay.
success.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I succeeded. One success difficulty.
Jenny rolled and got one success. Kat rolled and got one success. Okay. So Nate and... Where is... Oh, Sako hasn't rolled yet.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, hers
Oh.
is the one.
I'm the first one.
Because I rolled and failed. Jenny rolled and failed.
Look above you.
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
fail.
So 3. Oh, yeah. No, it's... Let's see. So Pan got hungrier, and Nate got hungrier, and Diane got hungrier.
Okay.
I am not a failure today.
Genevieve is not in the room,
Hey, where'd she go?
but there is not enough time to process it
Mm-hmm.
because screaming is happening above you,
What kind of screaming?
like terror, and you hear just running. And Pan is standing at the door, and he just says, "We need to go now.
She is ready.
Anyone who stays here dies."
All right. I grab my backpack and Hans.
Okay, we love you. See you later.
He walks to the back of the storage room where there's a bunch of shelves against the wall, and the nutcracker thing is sitting on the shelf, and he grabs the nutcrackers and he twists them, and you hear the same click that you heard when you first arrived in the past, and he pulls on the whole contraption and it swings open, and behind that is a tunnel.
He always knew this was there.
Are you going to ask him that?
Hey,
Can
Pan, how did
we act now, ask questions later?
Yeah.
Yeah, he leads you, and yeah, you do ask him when you're going through the tunnel and the door shuts behind you. And he said, "No, I did not know about this until I woke up. This is something that Apollo just told me. He told me to take the nutcracker thing, though." so that I could have it ready. So yeah, you go through the tunnel, and it's like about 1.5 miles of tunnel, and it goes upwards and it twists around back on itself, and it comes out into the snow, and there's like a cave entrance, and you come out, and you're at a cave entrance, and there's trees around you, and he starts walking. Pan starts walking ahead, and then he stops at the tree line, and he turns to you guys, and he looks back up, and it looks like there is a cliff ahead of you, but at the cliff is just like shimmering, like figures, and Pan is standing in footprints that are already there, and he says, "See, guys, I told you I was here to save your lives."
Oh, lovely.
Fucking time loop, fucking bullshit.
Oh, look, we're back where we started.
And you see the shimmering figures disappear down the cliff face, or
Don't
down
go
the
there.
hill.
It's a trap.
By us.
Okay.
Yes, and if you go to the cliff face, you can see that they are descending towards the lodge and going in.
Okay,
Oh,
so now we're on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
So we're not in the obelisk anymore.
so we have access to the van now.
You have access to the van. Yeah, they have already seen the minivan pull off. Pan looks at you and he says, "We shouldn't leave until we have everything we need."
What more
Okay.
do you need?
We need the tracker.
So you see you watch the van pull up and the soldiers get out.
Oh, so we need that van.
They go into that van, or they get out of that van. They go into the hotel, and you hear a couple gunshots, and then you see blackness engulf the lodge, and then it fades away. And Pan just says, "Now the coast is clear."
The lodge is gone?
No, the lodge is still there. The blackness, the inky blackness
Oh,
that you
okay.
guys all felt to go into the past, it engulfed the lodge, and then it just faded.
Okay. So it all looks normal now.
Hmm.
So it's now the lodge that should be there with
Right.
everybody dead inside.
That's not stuck in the time
Hmm.
loop.
The other offices are the best. Okay. I hate time loops.
Let's see. You have the book.
Mm-hmm.
You have the van and tracker.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing you do not have.
Mm-hmm.
What?
The box of balls.
Oh, yeah. How can we forget the balls?
Balls, of course.
Okay, so Pan turns to you, and he looks confused for a second,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Wait, what?" And it looks like he's listening to the inside of his head.
Mhm.
Apparently,
Teleport away from
apparently he has the balls.
Who? Apollo?
Rudy.
In the car.
Santa.
They were in the car.
Oh, Santa has them.
Now we get to follow the car.
But he's like, Apollo says the thing that you need is the thing he sent you for in the first place. The obelisk.
So we need to go back
Oh.
into.
I
Oh
guess.
Lord, flea flopping Malkavians.
Hey,
I just remembered I still had Hans with me.
anyone feel like we're going in circles?
Yep.
Literally?
That is what a time loop does.
And with that, we will call it done for the week.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
Thank fuck.
So, how is everybody doing?
Yeah.
That
I'm
took
asleep.
a lot more. That took a lot more spoons than I was expecting.
So that story line has completed,
Okay.
which means that everyone gets 2 experience.
Oh my god. two
Okay.
Experience.
Everyone gets to pass out an experience point to somebody else. And people can do their goods, bads, and uglies. We'll say, what did you like best? What was your favorite scene? And what is something that you wish didn't happen?
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to give my point to Rave because she had to almost lost it with the puppy. I was so sad too. Trying to find something I really liked. The verbal use of balls and twisting nutcrackers throughout the whole conversation, that was interesting. What I didn't like is the fact that I went into that sleep sequence and I didn't come out with any decent answers. But that's just the way, the way the game goes. So, your turn, Sako.
Okay. What I liked about the game is a lot of the banter. The banter was good. We struggled with the mysteries, but the banter was good. The thing that I would change about the game was I don't have misophonia, but you were chewing your gum into the mic.
Oh,
So that was a fun time. And if I were to give experience to someone, it would be Jinne, because Echo was like on it tonight despite being put on the spot, and also because your girlfriend probably does that.
Yeah, that was kind of unexpected.
Yeah, good part.
It surprised me when it came out. So,
yeah, that was a great line.
That was a great line.
Okay. Rave? Guinea pigs?
they thought it was funny.
Do you have opinions?
What did they like best?
Okay. I did not like that like Hans got hurt and lost Sven, but I liked that I now has Hans. But I really did enjoy the line that Jimmy did not mean to say, or at least as loud as she did. So, I give the XP to Jim or Echo
Aw,
just because it's funny.
because that was funny.
All right, and Sage.
So the whole thing with Hans and the Sun Snake is simultaneously my favorite and least favorite scene. So that's a thing. I wish that I was a little bit more awake for this game. But it is what it is. It is 11:15. I should be asleep. And I am going to give my experience to Diane for being an all-around badass.
Oh, why? Thank you.
Yay!
Excellent.
Excellent.
So are we good for next week? Do we want to start earlier next week? Can we start earlier next week?
My Thursdays are wide open now.
Is anyone unable to start earlier?
I can start earlier if we can end earlier.
Yeah, that would be the thing. It's just so that the people that are fading are playing at an easier time to play for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
mean,
Thursdays off permanently now, so.
Yeah. If we could start earlier, that would really help me.
Because I could feasibly push it up about an hour and a half to noon Eastern.
Okay.
So 11
That'd
my
be
time.
great. Because then it's not. I don't have to go. Then I won't have to go straight from here to my class.
Yeah, so that's better for all of us then.
Okay. So noon Eastern next week will be playtime.
Yay!
Woohoo!
And with that, it's time for the closing credits.